So remember, this is taped, and if you think that you need us to stop, then you just tell us to stop.
Okay.
Right? First of all, give me your first and last name, spell both.
I'm Marcus Mason, Marcus Mason.
And how are you related to the family?
I'm Melissa's brother. And we grew up in a pretty good home. We had both our mom and dad there. They divorced when we were teenagers though, but it's been good. It hasn't been horrible. First year was horrible. But yeah, we were pretty close. Me and Melissa are really close. So that's why I'm doing this interview, because it's important to me to share who they are, and who their children were. There's a lot of stuff we've seen online, which we shouldn't be online. I haven't gone online, but there's just been a lot of comments that people just don't know, and they assume and they think they know, and it's just hard. Vinny and Melissa are great parents. They're very loving, very loving. Anyone who's ever met the Murphy kids knows how great those kids are, how well behaved they are. They're sweet children. Malik was mostly a good kid. I mean, he really didn't cause much problems. He was caring. He was a caring person. If you ever met him, you would never think he would be aggressive or violent in any kind of way. He has no history of violence. So that's what people need to understand, is it wasn't like there was ever a warning that he would actually do it, or do anything to harm people. And so they were seeking help for him and trying to do all they could as what parents could do for their child. So Malik doing this is just, I don't even know how to put it into words. He took something so precious from our family, and we're never going to be the same. And we're not going to let this destroy us. We want to honor them. And we have faith in God. We have a strong faith in God, and we have a strong church community who's really pulling and helping for us, and they're all coming to do whatever the family needs. We have great support right now. The one thing is, the family really wants to let, the community know how thankful and how grateful we are. The outpour of love and support has been tremendous. We've needed that. There's no roadmap to deal with this kind of thing. And just strangers coming up saying, giving their condolences, or just saying, we're thinking about you guys, and donating or helping in any way. It's just so awesome. That's really helped. But Sophia and Noah, I know everybody says, oh, our kids are so sweet. These kids were really sweet. They were really sweet kids. They didn't, Noah could be a little ornery, like a little boy would be. He would, maybe do some stuff, tease you, mess with you, annoy you a little bit, but he was super big imagination. He would play by himself with his toys he could just totally entertain himself. He didn't need people to play with. But he was super social though. He would talk to anybody, say hello. Sophia was the sweetest little girl. She was so helpful all the time. She always wanted to help with the chores. She'd help with her mom doing laundry, cleaning the bathroom. She'd get mad if her mom didn't let her clean the bathroom.
That's not right. She's fine.
Yeah. And she's just super friendly, and just loved meeting new people. Sophia loved meeting new people. And she loved her Barbies and My Little Pony. nobody deserves what happened to them. And when I think about it, it just tears me up that they had to go out terrified and with a family member doing that to them. I just, I don't know, man. I feel empty. The pain is just so deep. I don't know. I'm sorry, I didn't need a cigarette. I was trying to keep it together. I was like, I was gonna do this interview. I'm not gonna. I didn't want to come off like I want to do.
Are you younger or older brother to Melissa?
I'm right in the middle. I have Melissa and Natalie are my older sisters, and then I have Claire and Brooklyn are my younger sisters. And then I have a couple stepsisters. Like,
Big family.
yeah, all girls though, and I'm the only boy. So, yeah.
What can, you said the community is already doing so much for you. What can people feel so helpless when it happens to others, to people who are sensitive and maybe want to help? What can the community do for you? You guys are people of faith, so would you like them to pray for you? What would you like?
Yeah. I mean, that's all they can do. Donating is awesome because they don't want to go back to that house. They really want to get enough money to get out. And we're really hoping we get them out of there. They're considering going back for a month to get everything in order. And I just don't even like that idea at all for Hannah and Elijah's sake. I mean, yeah, us adults, we can mentally deal with it more better. The kids, I just don't know, to go back down into that basement, to just, even if the walls are painted and everything, I don't know, it's hard. It's hard on my daughter. She's having nightmares that her brothers might do it to her. So I can't even wait to see her today.
So there's give me let's do the ages of the kids because we only know about the three because I know
Yeah.
there's two others. So
Yeah.
Malik is 19.
Yeah.
And then who's next?
Elijah, he's 14.
How do you spell Elijah?
Elijah.
And he's 14.
14, same age as my daughter. They're only a couple months apart.
Okay.
And then I have Hannah, and Hannah is 12.
Okay. And Hannah, Hannah.
Hannah.
Okay. And then there's the two little ones.
Yeah. Yeah, 5 and 7. And their birthdays are coming up. This is gonna be hard. Her birthday is 11/11, and Noah's birthday is 12/12. Ugh. But they're both of them are seriously like little angels. They're so innocent and loving. They're just great little kids, man. They brighten up the room. I just don't understand. I don't understand. I know a lot of people want to know why, and I honestly don't even want to know why it isn't going to change anything. There's nothing that's going to come out of his mouth that isn't even going to make me feel any better. It's all, we love Malik. We absolutely hate what he did. And when he made the decision that night, when he did that, he decided he didn't want to be a family member of ours anymore. He didn't want to be in our family. And if he would have carried out his plan, he would have went through all of them. And my mom was there. And I don't know what would make him do that. And I don't know. I just know that I'm going to do all I can to support them and help in any way that I can. and be there as much as I can. I just recently moved away from Colorado Springs, so I actually don't even live here. I live in South Dakota now. I moved to Rapid City. So that's really hard because I wasn't around him that much this summer like I used to be. And then to have that happen right before the holidays are coming.
You said that your sister was trying to get help, seeking help from Malik.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell us any more?
That's all I can say. I don't want to go too much, but yeah, they definitely, yeah. So I mean, they were doing stuff and sending him to professionals and he was staying in places, getting help. So, and yeah, so I mean, it's a balance of when you have your child, you love him, and yes, he was at the age where it needed to get out. I heard people saying that, and that was the plan, was him to get a job, get his money together, get out. He enrolled in these classes at the college. Yeah, they were trying to get him motivated, but Malik is kind of sensitive. So, like, if you push him too hard, they're worried, like, what happens if you push this little sensitive kid too hard? And is he gonna snap out? So it was a balance of, motivating him, but not yelling and screaming at him like, you're up type of thing, sorry. But it was like that, so, and he's never done anything violent. So they're weighing that, like, he's never done anything. He just has these problems that he's saying. He feels like he's having bad thoughts. That's really, all I can say. So they were trying to get him help. They've been trying to get him help. That's why, of course, we want him to be happy. We want Malik to be happy, and we tried, and see, that's the thing. We don't know. We send him to people. They say, okay, this is what's going on, and he's not really that severe. I don't know how they do their system, but it's kind of like if they're not in a crisis, then they're kind of like, you can go back home, and so that's frustrating that they were trying, and nobody was seeing that he would do that, So it's not like just them. Professionals weren't predicting that he would actually behave and act out any of his thoughts. So I don't know, but they tried. They definitely tried, and I hope they never try to blame themselves, because when the craziest thing Malik did was the car incident that everyone knows about, and when he did that, like I thought he was done as far as staying there anymore, and the Illinois police were trying, they didn't want to keep him. They asked if they wanted to charge him because it was their own car, and they wanted to charge him. And then I never got all the rest of the details about that. I was busy with other stuff, and when I was there, they were going to charge him. And I heard something about they were begging the judge to not charge. That wasn't true at all. They wanted him to pay a consequence for this because he took their family car away when he said he was going to go get a pack of cigarettes, and he just disappeared. And when I came back in May to grab my last load of stuff from my apartment, he was back, and I was surprised. And Melissa was like, "This is just a trial thing. We're letting him stay in the basement until he gets a job and gets his money together. He doesn't get to have his bedroom back. He knows this is temporary." And Malik was being nice and helpful. That day, he was helping my grandma move her stuff out. He's usually helpful. That's why it's just really crazy. He's usually a helpful, nice kid, polite, never rude to anyone outside the family, never. Never. He never raises his voice. He was caring to his siblings. He wasn't a mean brother to them, and he really wasn't. He helped out. And even that evening, they were playing together in the yard with a football, throwing the football around. He's playing with his siblings. And then that night, he even helped Sophia go to the bathroom. So I don't know. You know, I don't know how you do that to two little kids and you're their brother and you're around them. I don't know.
Do you feel like you're even the one to ask him that?
No.
Can anybody in your family face him right now?
Oh yeah, me and Vinny could face him, but we don't want to. But I could. Oh yeah, we would face him. If we'd give him a piece of our mind, for sure. Me and Vinny would. I mean, it's just there's just no words. And it's just, man, everyone always wants to find some kind of thing like, oh, see this and that. And I'm just like, man, they did really just, I mean, they go to church regularly. They involve their kids in all kinds of programs and things to do and activities, and they take them places and do stuff with them. They're very involved parents, very aware parents. Sit down and work on homework with them. It's never there. That's why anything Malik needed to say or have a problem with, we would all listen. We would take it seriously. You know, we would listen to him and talk and try to help in any way we could. And then the rest of the time he was just quiet most of the time, you know, pretty quiet, nice. So I think that's where their mind was, is if this is really getting to the point where it's bothering him so much, where he feels like he might do something. I mean, they wanted him to speak up, like if you feel like this is overwhelming you. And he just, I don't know, he still chose to do what he did. And I'm just so thankful, you know, Sophia saved the day. She saved the day, but she ruined his plan by screaming. You know, if it wasn't for her, Vinny wouldn't have woke up. That was a strong little girl. When they told me what he did to her. Ooh. But she messed his plan up. He was going to go through the children downstairs and then go upstairs. Sophia saved the day. You know, it's really heartbreaking because it was such a fight for my sister to even bring Sophia into the world. Like, she had so many problems with her pregnancy, the labor, and her delivery was, she lost so much blood, and she had to have she had a lot of complications. She almost died. The baby, Sophia, almost died. She shouldn't have even made it. She was 3 months early and weighed like 2 pounds and had to live in a little incubator for 2 months. I mean, we spent Thanksgiving, Christmas with her, and she was so strong and little. And we were like, man, if she makes it through this, she's gonna be special. And she was. She really was. And we only got to enjoy her for five short years.
Said that your sister and brother-in-law tried for a while to get Malik help.
Yeah.
Tell me more, but for how long? Is it months? Years?
No, he started to have these problems only just a few years ago. It was at the end of them being in Nebraska, and so they thought getting him out of that situation, because he had a couple friends back there that we thought were bad influences, and Yeah, it started when he was about 14, 15. So it's more recently. Um, and we initially you just thought, he's having his awkward teenage phase. He's just struggling to kind of fit in and make friends. So we just assumed that. And then he got in trouble in school. It was something stupid and petty. He got caught with I don't even remember. It was some petty stuff. He got caught with a pipe. It's a little bit of weed in school, and he stole some kid's cell phone for some weird reason. He didn't even know why he took it either. And then he took it apart. And yeah, so whatever. That was weird. So anyway, he got in trouble at school, and then that was about the time Vinny was starting to think about coming out here because he's originally from here and his family's here. And so then, yeah, they brought him out here. And then when he came out here, he started doing really well right off the bat. He liked his school. He made a couple friends. He had a girlfriend. And we were like, hey, this is great. And everything was starting to go pretty good. And then about just in this last year and a half, he just started getting depressed again, feeling like he was like, I don't know what to do. I don't know where to work. I don't know. He just didn't have no motivation or direction, and Vinny was trying to help him. And Vinny would take him out and do all kinds of job applications with him and talk to him. And so, I don't know. I can't. You can easily look back and say, well, we could have or should have maybe did this or that. But I don't hardly know anyone who's better parents than Melissa and Vinny. They're great parents. They're involved. They're not, and they're cool. They're not dumb. They've been around the block, so they're laid back. They even are, I wish I had parents that were decent like them. And so, Malik really has no excuse. There's no excuse. You can't be like, he was deprived of something or wasn't loved enough or didn't get any of the things he wanted. Or opportunities. He had them all there in front of him. He just didn't grab them. I don't know. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink, And I have, this is a side note, but I have a best friend who's kind of going through the same thing with his son, acting this similar way, just kind of distant and quiet and not really, has no umph. And that was kind of Malik. It was like, come on, man, don't you want to go meet some girls? Don't you want to just go be a teenager? Go get into a little trouble, good trouble, but just go out, go to movies, go bowling, go do those things. And he didn't really have the motivation to do those kinds of things. He liked to just kind of stay at home around the family, and he played with his siblings. That's why, that's what he did. So it's just so messed up that there's this family member we have, we've been trying to help. He's here caring for his siblings. His siblings look up to him, They look up to him. That's their big brother. So, yeah. I just ask that people keep praying for us, thinking about us. This is definitely the hardest thing I could ever even imagine. We are living the worst nightmare. The worst nightmare. That I've been wanting to just wake up and snap out of it. This can't be real. And it's been hard, all these media people, it's been tough. They just really want a little privacy right now. And I understand how the world works and you see other people's tragedies, and then now we're on the other side of it and it's like, but I really wanted to speak. We needed to speak out because those kids mean so much to us. And now we don't ever get to see them. What's really heartbreaking whenever you go around Melissa and Vinny, there's always this noise, you know? There's like all this life around them. You got Sophia running up, talking to you with her big eyes. She was so sweet. And then Noah would be asking, well, Uncle Marcus, come look at this car. Look at you guys go see this. And you have his cars all lined up a certain way. And there's just all that noise, you know? And it's always like that. You're trying to talk to Melissa and one of them's tugging on you. And you're like, hey. And it's always like that now. That's gone. It's so quiet. It's so quiet. Ooh. Oh, gosh. Gosh.
Do you feel like you have said everything that you came out here to say?
Yeah. I just want people to know how special they were and how much this hurts. We are really suffering. But I believe we're going to come together. I believe we're going sorry. Dang. I believe we're going to be okay. You know, I'm not going to let this break us. We are stronger than what Malik did to us and did to this family. And we just can't wait to see them again. Monday is going to be the hardest day ever.
Are you okay with us saying another funeral this Monday?
Yeah, I think they're printing it today. They're going to put it in the Gazette. They're running it all weekend to let people know there'll be a funeral service at Mountain Springs at 11. They're expecting a lot of people to come. And we're okay with people coming to, you know, show support. And any, you know, if they want to come, say their piece or whatever, you know. I understand how this has hurt people.
Is it Mountain Springs Church?
Yeah. And we're gonna have like a private family viewing, you know, service kind of thing Sunday night, just us, family and friends, and then Monday we'll do the bigger thing and we'll go lay them to rest. We're gonna bury them together. Somebody mentioned it yesterday. What about putting them side by side together in a bigger, you know, oversized coffin? So we're gonna do that. We thought that was sweet. Plus they're so close, you know, they played together a lot. So they were kind of cliquey. And which is nice too about Elijah and Hannah, because they were a little cliquey. They're together, you know, they're close in age. And Malik is a little older than everybody, so he kind of was just kind of the overseer of the two little groups. But they all really did get along well, man. They really did. It wasn't an issue of, like, they really weren't that dysfunctional. Like, they're your typical family. Totally typical. Might be some teasing, some little slapping, somebody stealing somebody's thing and arguing to give it back. But Monday's gonna be tough. But we're gonna have a lot of love and support. We got a lot of people coming, and that's gonna be nice to see all their faces.
Because we're going to share it with other media. Let me ask you the question of the funeral. I'm assuming you don't want anybody from the media there on Monday, or is that a safe assumption?
I would say that's a safe assumption, but I figured that was going to be unstoppable. I figured they were going to be along the way filming.
If
That's
you want to ask, this is your opportunity. I'm going to share your interview as you said it,
Yeah.
without edits.
I would say that the family is okay with the public coming, who cares and wants to say goodbye. Media people, nah. You know, they really feel weird about all this being, their pain being on display. And they will. I mean, Melissa has expressed that she wants to speak. She just can't do it right now. So she's like, she understands that she wants people to know, but it's way too early. She's like, that's just something I got to do down the road if people still want to know. But I would assume she would not want media around. I'm not sure exactly. She was deciding on the cemetery today because there was two that we were looking at. But today's a rough day. She has to pick out clothes for them. And
Is there anything that, and you've sort of covered it, but any advice for other parents who are dealing with,
oh man.
a teenager situation?
Yeah, I would just say, I would hope that if people see this, maybe they might just hug their kids a little tighter. Just kind of think about, I know parents know how special and precious their kids are. I try to tell them that, but man, you never know when something could happen to your family members or the people you love. And life's too short to let things get in the way of your relationship with your loved ones. This summer, me and Melissa had a little beef. It was stupid little family argument like normal. And so these last 2 months I haven't been coming around. And so I get to miss out, of getting to see them or be around them because of a petty little argument. So I would tell people, man, don't let little stuff like that get in the way because you just never know. You never know what could happen. It hurts really bad that it's one of our own that did this to us. That makes it really bad. But if you have children that are maybe saying something to you and having issues, I mean, you just gotta do what you can. I mean, Melissa and Vinny ain't even an example to use because they did what they could. They sent him to places. They were trying to seek help for him, and he kept being sent back to them. So, I don't know. I just hope people, maybe this will get some family to think more about, maybe they'll try harder than we tried, I guess. I don't know. But
Melissa's a stay-at-home mom. What does Vinny do?
Vinny was a banquet manager for Cheyenne Mountain Resort for this whole time, and then they recently just were bought out and they let everyone go. Yeah, so that just happened 2 weeks ago. So he just lost his job, and he has a new job though that he's really close to getting, and it's a really good paying job, better than the job he had. So we're hoping and praying for that. It sounds like he's about to get it though. He made it through all those interviews with them. Melissa's been a stay-at-home mom for a little while. She works sometimes to help with income, but it's so busy with all of them, and so that's going to be, I don't know how that's going to go for her. That's a huge difference of waking up and getting them dressed and getting the little ones all ready and putting on their program on TV that they love or something. It's just all that's going to be gone now. And they went from 5 down to 2 in one night.
I'm so sorry. I keep saying that. There are no words.
But yeah, I guess I really don't have any good advice to give. I don't even know. I'm still processing of the whole thing. But
Are you okay if this is, you're done with the interview? Are you okay? I don't want to cut you off.
no,
Relax.
I think I said everything.